Oh, welcome to EnigmaCast, everybody. I got a treat for y'all. I've managed to reel in my boy Scott. He acts like he doesn't know me now, but back in the day when he was around 4,000 followers, he would talk to me. Now he's like 200,000. I got to get on his list. But I got on that list, all right? So we got a special guest here. We got Scott from Mysterious Planet. Hello, Scott.
Hey, how's it going, Joseph? How are you?
Good, man. I'm good. Thanks for coming in. Actually, Jay cannot be here tonight, Scott. He is actually on assignment. Jay is down in Georgia looking into a Bigfoot sighting, and then
Oh, wow.
he's actually heading down into Florida to check out the skunk ape, and then he'll be back up next week. So I'm like, all right, so no problem. Dialed in Scott from Mysterious Planet. But you know what? But you know what, Scott? I've seen you in your element, man. All right, I've seen you working the grips in Congress, man, talking to people, getting UAP, legislation pushed through. You know what, Scott? That's 9 to 5 stuff for you. I brought you in because y'all might not notice about my guy right here. In a previous life, Scott was a paranormal investigator. Right?
True. That's true. I did some ghost hunting.
So with some boots on the ground. Scott, fill us in a little bit before I let them know about our topic tonight.
Yeah, so today this is probably my favorite topic when it comes to the paranormal. And it's because it encompasses everything. So today we're going to be talking about Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch, man. And that's really the catch-all for paranormal activity.
I'll tell you what, Scott. For me, this has got to be the scariest place on earth. Right? So during our little brush up, man, we reached out. We planned this. For y'all don't know this, Scott's been on this show before, way back, a couple months ago. I say way back, but a couple months ago, we had an awesome episode about the jellyfish UAP.
Yeah.
So Scott's my first reoccurring guest, and we decided then we were going to talk about Skinwalker Ranch, and so we did some coordinations back and forth, and I started doing some homework, and I actually forgot how absolutely terrifying this place is. And I'm going to say this with like the humility I have inside of me. You couldn't
Right.
give me this place, right? I would not live here. I don't even know, Scott, if I would go there on a day trip, to be honest with you. All right. So we're going to get into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, man. I mean, this place is crazy because this place has everything.
Everything.
Everything UFOs to the Bigfoot sightings to seeing portals opening up, some interdimensional creatures, and it literally has everything.
It has everything, right?
But yeah, this is my favorite topic, and I wouldn't want to live there either necessarily,
Right.
but I definitely would want to go.
Really?
My curiosity is too strong.
Well, so
Uh,
let me know how it goes. All right, I'll wait for you down in Salt Lake, and then you can let me know how it goes. So for the people, I got this a little quick note section right here. We're going to free flow this conversation, but I'm going to give you guys just a tad bit of background. If you've never heard of Skinwalker Ranch, I would be really surprised. Like if you, some people maybe you haven't, right? But if you've never heard of it, you got to learn a lot about it. But here's a quick background of what Skinwalker Ranch is. So I'm going to give you just the foundation. Skinwalker Ranch is actually, it's also referred to sometimes as the Sherman Ranch, but it's the Skinwalker Ranch is what it's famous. It's famous. Would you agree? Like worldwide.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
How famous. It's 520 acres located on Ballard, southeast of Ballard, Utah, right? And its name is taken from Skinwalker, which is they say a Navajo legend, but I'm thinking that's pretty real. It ain't much of a legend. So it's pretty real and has a lot to do with what they call vengeful shamans, right? So just to give you a quick background, there was a time when I want to get this one tribe right. Navajos lived in this area on the border of Skinwalker Ranch, and also there was a neighboring tribe called the Ute tribe. Is that correct, Scott?
Yeah, it's Ute or Ute. I'm not sure how it's pronounced
Ute or
exactly.
Ute.
But
So Navajos are notorious warriors, right? Viking-like for the Native Americans, right? So they went in there and they just took these Utes as slaves or whatever. A lot of back and forth, back and forth. The Utes actually, because of the aggressiveness of the Navajos, they cursed the land and the water. Specifically, they did both, right? They cursed the land and the water for skinwalkers that they knew that Navajo were actually terrified of, right? And so and in 1930, from 1934 to 1994, it was owned by these people named Kenneth and Edith Myers. And then 94 and 96, it was owned by Terry and Gwen Sherman. And that's probably as long as they probably took them a year and 11 months to sell it. So, and then a famous guy in 1996, I'm going to call him famous, but like Robert Bigelow owned it from 1996 to 2016. He's a big deal, right? Would you agree, Scott? Especially in the...
He has a ton of government contracts going to... He's an aerospace billionaire.
Yeah, exactly. He's a aerospace billionaire. Robert Bigelow is a big deal. As a matter of fact, I think he is... One of the contracts he has is life pods for Mars. Like he's building like homes that on Mars or whatever. And then he sold it to this guy named Brandon Fugel in 2016. And that's where I think Brandon Fugel's a joke. That's just my personal opinion, right? So I don't know, like I've never met the guy or whatever, but he bought it, and then it got the treatment of like a theme park after he got a hold of it. So
that's the thing. I don't want to throw shade at because I don't know him, but the thing is, for me, I don't like when it becomes a show.
Yeah.
When it becomes a television show, then it's like, okay, it becomes gimmicky.
Yeah.
But I don't want people to think of Skinwalker Ranch as the gimmicky TV show.
Oh, it ain't.
What we're going to talk about today predates Mr. Fugel.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that is really intense.
And so during my background or whatever, Fugel actually went out and trademarked cups, mugs, T-shirts, and coolers, and like I was like, come on, man, like. And the thing about it is that this is the definition of F around and find out. So this 512 acres, right? And I'm sure there's a main road to get there. They got some guy named Dragon, which makes me laugh, makes me think of Step Brothers. Like,
subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.